we're going to talk about a problem you deal with every single day online, probably without even thinking about it. It's this constant tug of war between proving who you are and, not giving away your entire life story to do it. I mean, seriously, think about it. You want to sign up for a new service, maybe a dating app, and it needs to know you're over 18. Why on earth should you have to upload a picture of your driver's license with your address, your full name, your exact birthday, just to prove one simple fact? It feels like overkill, right? Well, that's the heart of the problem. And this happens all the time. Every time we share that data, another copy of it exists out there, just waiting to be misplaced or leaked. We're basically handing out the master keys to our identity for the smallest, most routine things. But what if there was a better way? It honestly sounds a little bit like magic. But there's a cryptographic breakthrough that lets us prove something is true without revealing any of the information that makes it true. This one idea is completely rewriting the rules of digital trust.
Okay, so here's the official term for it, a zero-knowledge proof, or ZKP for short. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a way for you to prove that you know a secret without ever revealing the secret itself. You get the verification, but you keep all your info.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head. It does sound nonsensical. It's like a logic puzzle. How do you prove you have the key to a lock without ever showing anyone the key? Well, to get our heads around this, let's use a really classic analogy. All right, picture this. There's this cave shaped like a circle, with a single door in the middle that needs a secret password. Alice wants to prove to Bob that she knows the password. So she walks into the cave, and Bob can't see whether she went down path A or path B. A moment later, Bob randomly yells out, "Hey, come out of path B." Now, if Alice didn't know the password, she'd have a 50-50 shot of being stuck on the wrong side. But since she does know it, she can just unlock the door and walk out of path B, no problem. If they do this just once, maybe she got lucky. But if they do it 10, 20 times, the odds of her just guessing correctly become impossible. Bob is now 100% convinced she knows the password, but she never had to tell him what it was. That's a zero-knowledge proof. So, for this whole system to work, ZKPs need to have 3 ironclad guarantees. First is completeness, which just means if your claim is true, you can always prove it. Second is soundness. You can't cheat. A liar can never prove a false statement. And third, the secret sauce is zero knowledge. The person checking your proof learns absolutely nothing other than, yep, the statement is true. These 3 things together are what make it all possible. So now that we've got the mind-bending theory down, let's look at how this is being used in the real world. And one of the biggest applications right now is completely reinventing the idea of a digital ID. And listen, this isn't some niche, futuristic tech we're talking about. It is happening right now. Google is already using it in their wallet to let you prove your age on apps like Bumble. The entire European Union is making a digital ID wallet based on this mandatory by 2026. And in crypto, huge projects like WorldCoin and Polygon ID are building entire identity systems with ZKPs at their core. This quote from Google really gets to the point. The whole reason these massive companies are jumping on board is to solve that exact dilemma we started with. How do we get the verification we need for things to work online, but do it in a way that finally, truly protects our privacy? This technology also unlocks a really fascinating and crucial idea called proof of personhood. I mean, as the internet gets flooded with AI and bots, how do we actually prove that we are, well, a person? A unique human being. The goal here isn't to prove who you are, just that you are. And that's a massive challenge for the future of the web. So this is where a project like WorldCoin comes in. They use a device to take a scan of your iris, which is totally unique to you. That scan is used to generate a one-of-a-kind code. Then, using a zero-knowledge proof, the system can check that your code is unique in their database, proving you're a real, distinct person, without ever storing or seeing your actual iris data again. It's their shot at solving that huge human versus AI problem online. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Privacy is only half the story. It turns out this ZK technology has a whole other superpower that has almost nothing to do with keeping things secret. So you can think of ZKPs as having 2 main jobs. The first, which we've been talking about, is privacy. The second is all about efficiency and scale. So imagine a blockchain trying to process thousands of transactions. Instead of checking every single one, a system like ZK Sync can bundle them all up and produce one tiny single proof that basically says, hey, trust me, all of these are valid. It's a way of compressing a huge amount of computation into a tiny, easy-to-check package, making everything way faster and cheaper.
Now, of course, not all ZKPs are the same. The two big flavors you'll hear about are called snarks and starks. The simple way to think about it is this. Snarks are super small and efficient, but they need this complicated, trusted setup thing to get started. Starks create bigger proofs, but they don't need that setup. And here's the really big one. They're believed to be resistant to quantum computers, which is a massive deal for future-proofing security.
So where is all this headed? We've talked about the crazy theory. We've looked at the real-world uses. Let's talk about the incredible momentum that's pushing this whole field forward. $9.01 billion. That's the combined value of just the crypto projects that are focused on zero-knowledge tech today. We're talking about serious money here. This is not some small academic experiment anymore. It's a massive, booming industry. And at the same time, the tech itself is getting so much better, so much faster. I mean, just look at this. The cost to generate one of these proofs is just collapsing, thanks to huge leaps in both software and specialized hardware. Things that used to take minutes and cost a fortune are now taking seconds and costing pennies. That's what makes it practical for everybody to use.
So here's the main takeaway. Zero-knowledge proofs have officially graduated. They are out of the lab and are now being built into the core infrastructure of the internet. They're becoming a fundamental building block for a web that can be both fast and private, both powerful and user-focused.
And that leaves us with one last question to chew on. If you can prove you are who you say you are without ever sharing a secret, why do you need a password? The systems we're seeing being built today could lead to a future where logging in is totally seamless, where trust is just a given. A future where you are your own key and you never have to hand it over to anyone else ever again.